Hey everyone, Once Bitten here. So we go to Game 4 of Brawler Bash, My Empire versus a Legions of Chaos army. Actually, I really liked the list that I'm playing against when I saw it. I think there's some big challenges, but it seemed manageable and looked like it would make for a fun game. So let's see. I'm going to back up. So starting on my opponent's left, he's got two chariots. He has Beastman chariots and then chariots out of the Warriors of Chaos book. So the Beastman chariots are always Mark of Nurgle, and the other ones are always Mark of Khorne. Then he's got a unit of trolls, and in there he's got the Doom Bull. So this is the blackened plate thing. So basically, trolls have a 4-up regen, and if they're attacked with fire now because of the blackened plate, they get a 4-up wards save against fire. So I've done that before in playtesting list. The Doom Bull build is kind of interesting. So he's Fencer's Blades, Weapon Skill 10 to Mark of Nurgle. So he's going to be 6s to hit. Really tough to get by in combat. Of course, he's sitting on 3s because he's Weapon Skill 10. And he's a Doom Bull. So somewhat killy. I've seen killier builds, but this one is looks like it's focused on keeping him alive. Behind him, there's a unit of warriors. He's got an Exalted Hero. It's a Nurgle unit. So the Exalted Hero BSB. He's got Slug Tongue, which with my current list isn't that big of a deal. And he's got Chaos Sorcerer level 2 Undeath. I'm really beginning to dislike Undeath, especially in Brawler Bash. In Brawler Bash, you only get points based on how much you can kill, and Undeath is such a speed bump list. You know, it just grows stuff in front of you that doesn't really help your opponent and it keeps you from getting points. It's just erg. It's just a good lore anyway. Slug Tongue, if you're not familiar with it, he makes you roll at the beginning of the game for every unit. And like on a 4 or 5, you take D3 wounds, no armor save, and on a 6, you take D6 wounds, no armor save. A couple more chariots. There's oh my gosh, the Beastman chariot, and then the Warriors of Chaos chariot. There's some Warhounds behind him. There is the Chaos Lord. He's got just a bunch of stuff. Basically, you know, he's a Chaos Lord, sort of striking, so he's hitting on 2s against most anything. And then he's got a 3-up ward save, and he gets to reroll 1s. Very, very tough to kill. My best tool for this guy is Banishment, because not only is it high strength, but you have to reroll successful ward saves. So he gets to reroll 1s, but he has to reroll 3 through 6. So it's got a pretty good chance of killing him. And then there's Kolek Suneater. This dude I've never heard of before, but he is brutal. He's like strength 8, toughness 6, 8 wounds. He's got other things. Like I think he's frenzied. I'm not positive about that. But he's got this shooting attack that's not a big deal, kind of weird, but basically he is a perfect counter for a list like mine. I'm sorry. The Star Crusher upgrade gives him, every wound he does D3 wounds. So he's going to hit, I think, on 3s. I mean, his weapon skill is pretty good, I think. He's going to hit on 3s, wound on 2s. It's a 5 modifier to armor, and every wound that goes through does D3 wounds. This guy will kill a steam tank. He'll kill a unit of demis. He's brutal. So Banishment would work well against him, but I already got to have target for Banishment. If I can get my steam tanks to see him, he's a great target for my steam tanks. So I've got a unit of Vanilla Knights, 5 Demigryphs way over here on the right. I do not want them in combat with the Kolek Suneater dude, but I got to put my stuff somewhere. Steam tank, more Demigryphs. I've got my bus, like 18 Knights, inner circle. Got a level 4, 3 level 1s. Got a BSB. Yeah. I've got another unit of Demis, 5 of them in there. Another steam tank, another unit of Vanilla Knights. And so then we go the Slug Tongue thing. And of course, I roll a 6 on my unit of Knights, and they take 5 wounds, and they fail a panic. I actually wasn't sure that you took panic tests before the game had started, but apparently you do. And my opponent had asked the tournament organizer, so it was legit. Anyway, so that happened. And then over here, the steam tank, it took a wound or 2, I think, and Demigryphs took a wound, and that's all Slug Tongue was able to do. So we go, Warriors win the turn. They go like this. So we get two big pieces of impassable terrain means everything has to funnel in. It looks like he's going to lead with his chariots, and then he's got his trolls, and then he's got the Chaos Warriors behind him. I was actually kind of glad he did that, because if he came out with his trolls and with his warriors at the same time, I just don't think I could handle them. I mean, those warriors of chaos, because they're Mark and Nurgle, are really tough even for my demis, and the trolls are just brutal because of their saves. So I think a mistake my opponent made was it's going to be really easy for my level 4 to see his Chaos Lord, and all I have to do, both of my steam tanks can pivot and see this Kolek Sun Eater dude. So, and in this tournament, hills are not infinitely high, so we certainly can see him. Um, it's tough to say. I mean, I know that he needs to be aggressive. This Kolek Sun Eater can just really get up in my business, and a cannonball hitting him cannot kill him, and two cannonballs hitting him may not kill him. So it could be that he was just saying, do your worst. His shooting attack killed one knight, and I'm going to go back up. And actually, that really helped me, because with the knight there, I wasn't sure I could wheel past him. I certainly don't want to charge this guy. Now that he killed one of my guys, actually, it made it so my guys can just wheel past him and walk right on by. So that actually helped. We go to Empire turn 1. Really, I'm just backing up a little bit. I don't see any purpose in stepping forward where he can combo charge me with a bunch of stuff. Both my steam tanks turn to Kolek and move towards him as little as possible. I don't like the steam tanks being right in front of my demigriffs, but I have to shoot Kolek Sun Eater. I have no other way of dealing with him. I reform my knights a little bit, make sure my level 4 can see the disc, the Lord on disc. These guys they try to test a march. I think the knights failed their march test, but their movement 7 could get them out of Kolek's line of sight, and my demigriffs just marched up. The Chaos Lord charging them I don't love, but I can deal with it, and I would love for the dogs to charge them. So we go to the magic phase. I 6 dice banishment. I get it off, and I get this guy down to 1 wound. I would have much rather killed him, but whenever you're at 1 wound, he has got to be a little bit careful about stuff, because anything can happen. So can't complain too much about that. Both of my steam tanks hit this dude. They both wound him, and I do 7 wounds out of 8. So that is exactly perfectly average of what I should have done. Again, it's not beautiful, but now I'm not as worried about this guy, because again, he's going to go in and wreck face on something, but he's initiative 1, and anything if he charges demigriffs, I have a decent chance of killing him before he gets to swing. So Warriors turn 2. On the left, both those chariots were able to make a charge into my steam tank. On the right, his general was able to make a charge into my steam tank, and Kolek Sun Eater failed a charge into my steam tank. That was very, very much appreciated, because he just would have killed it. Yeah, that dude is made to go against armor. Yeah, so there's a charge on the left. Here's the failed charge on the right. I really appreciated that. And during the magic phase, using Lord of Undeath, he grew a bunch of zombies right in front of his lines. And I loved it. I was like, yeah, let that through. Because it's not really blocking the chariot on the right, because it can kind of wheel around, but it's blocking a chariot and it's blocking his troll unit. And I wasn't going to charge anything there anyway. I mean, the trolls I could have charged. I might have done okay there, but it was far enough away that I wasn't going to. But with these guys here, I think what happened, I actually ended up hurting myself, because I saw him do this. I was like, oh, that's great. Now I just want to keep those guys there for a little bit. And after combat, he's done 2 wounds to my steam tank over here. So he's going to tie up my steam tank and keep me from shooting, which is great, because otherwise Kolek probably would have died. On my turns, as long as I can generate steam points and grind, I have a real good chance of killing a chariot each turn. And so he's holding me up. I'm probably going to get points, so it's considered a win-win. And over here, his general charges in and does no wounds to my steam tank. So yeah, so he's holding this guy up. I don't have a good counter. Nothing is set up to counter charge, and so, whatever. So we go to Empire turn 2. On the right-hand side, Demis charge the wolves, just because why not? And then I decide to charge my BSB out at the zombies. So my thinking was, I'm going to charge. I have a banner. My opponent has 3 ranks. So I go into the fight down only by 1. Almost certainly I should be able to do at least 1 wound. and just draw. I'm really skeptical zombies are going to be able to hurt my BSB. And then in future rounds of combat, I'll have a banner to his 3 ranks, and then I just need to make sure that either I do 2 wounds or I can pass a leadership test with a reroll. Yeah, yeah, I don't know. I'm just not sure that was a smart move on my part. I mean, it doesn't matter what happens this game. I'm not sure it's a smart move. Otherwise, I just kind of shuffle my guys back. There's that. What I really need to do is get these demis. They might turn around and kill off the Kolek Sun Eater dude, or they might reform and go around his lines. But even then, a unit of 5 demis into a unit of 20 or however many Nurgle Chaos Warriors, yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, so this is this. So I grind with 3 steam points. That's 3d3 grinding attacks, and it just doesn't matter whatever I get. My opponent has a 3-up ward save, rerolling ones. What I need to do enough wounds so that when he rolls those things, he rolls a 2. He only has 1 wound left, and I can't do it. And over here, I grind and kill one of the chariots, so that was nice. And after combat, it looks like that. So my BSB, I don't know if he won combat or whatever, but he's holding that unit up, which was kind of the plan. And yeah, I think I might have done, I don't know if I did a wound or not. Anyway, he's not hurting me over here. And yeah, over here I decide I can reform and Kolek cannot see my demigryphs. So if he charges my steam tank, I'm thinking I'll just charge him, and I should be able to kill him. I have enough attacks. I just need 1 wound to go through. I think I could be wrong. He's toughness 6, which means I'm wounding on 5s. But, only takes 1. Yeah, and there's that. We go to Legion's Chaos turn 3. So I know I'm going to be saying Warriors of Chaos a lot. Whatever, it's the same thing. He takes his trolls and shuffles them to the side, so now they can countercharge a BSB or get through that gap. And Kolek fails a charge on the steam tank again. My opponent was a very good sport about this. It had to be frustrating. It's like, dude, get in there. And no, he didn't want to. And yeah, the chariot that could shoot the gap decided just to go ahead and shoot the gap. I mean, he's battling an uphill battle in terms of combat res. I mean, I've got 3 ranks and a banner. He's got a charge. I'm up by 3. Can he do 3 wounds? And he might be able to. He's touching a level 1. I honestly don't remember now. I'll have to look at later pictures to see did he allocate attacks on level 1, because I'd be able to get some easy combat res there. And I'm going to go up. Yes, he did. He killed the guy with the yellow staff thing. But regardless, I still had a lot of combat res. And so the question was, do I let him run and just forget the points, and he'll probably rally because he's going to have leadership and a reroll, or just go ahead and get the points? And I looked at the board and I'm thinking, you know what? There's not a whole lot he can countercharge me with, so let's just go ahead and get the points. What I didn't appreciate is how hard it would be to reform after this. But yeah. And over here, yeah, we're still having a pillow fight. And over here, oh my gosh, my BSB does 2 wounds. Or just only do 1 wound, I guess. 1 wound. So he loses by 1 or 2, whatever it was. Anyway, he loses combat, which means I'm on a 9 minus 1 or 2. So I'm on a 7 or 8 rerollable, and he fails it. And I lose my BSB. And that's where I'm feeling just dumb. Like, oh gosh. No, that's not what I wanted. So we go to Empire turn 3. The demis go ahead and charge that zombie unit. I don't know what I want to do. I just can't have the zombies sitting there doing whatever they want. His trolls are going to be able to countercharge me no matter what, and that's not great. But what else am I going to do? And these guys go ahead and charge Kolek. Again, I've got a lot of attacks. I just need 1 wound. If I don't get 1 wound, this guy's going to wreck these guys. Kolek's going to eat them for lunch. Yeah, there's that. And so my thinking here, by the way, is we should win combat, and then I'm going to reform and take the guy on the left and just put him in the 2nd rank, because he's not combat at all. That way, if the trolls charge in, they're only going to have 1 guy touching. So And we grind and kill the last chariot, so that's nice. This guy's free. And these guys do get the wound on Kolek. You can see I took some of my wizards out of the knight unit, and they are where you can see them. But now it's kind of hurting me because I kind of wanted to reform to squeeze through the gap and hit his Chaos Lord. But the problem is his Chaos Lord is not lined up evenly with my Steam Tank, so I can't just hit my Steam Tank too. And if I reform it a way to be able to fit in there, he's got a chariot. If you look at the top, middle, behind that impassable terrain, he's going to be able to see me and get an easy charge with that guy, and I won't be steadfast. So I didn't love it, but I just said screw it. Face the chariot and take the charge. After combat, I win. I actually do better than I wanted to, because what happened is I killed so many that I've opened up a gap that his Chaos Warriors can charge through and hit my knights, and I didn't see that coming. I didn't see it at all. That's horrible, because I reformed in a way that I'm not going to be steadfast. I don't have a reroll. Damn it. This game just took a really bad turn. The Chaos Warriors come charging in. I mean, he doesn't have to do any wounds. I'm not going to do any wounds to him. So he's going to have a charge, an extra banner, and at least one extra rank. And I don't have a reroll. And I'm leadership 9. I guess I'm leadership 9. But still, if he wins by 3, that's a 6 without a reroll. That's not what you want. On the right, his chariots charged by demis, and his trolls with the Doombull charge the demigriffs. So it looks like that. There's that. I'm not really too worried about that. And then during the magic phase, he grows a unit of skeletons, I think, just to block my steam tank from charging into his trolls, which it does and it doesn't. And then he grows a unit of Vargeist. So I'm like, okay, that's where Lore of Undeath gets really nasty. After combat, yeah, I think I win combat actually, because I already had a wound on this unit, so he didn't do any wounds to me. Amazingly, he had a charge, I had a banner, and it looks like I did 2 or 3 wounds. And regardless, he's stuck. After, yeah, my knights, they broke from combat, ran off the table, and I'm really lucky that those things in the bottom didn't also run off the table. I've got a level 1 and a unit of demis down there. And they decided to not fail their panic. That was huge for me. If you look at the Chaos Lord with my Steam Tank still has 8 wounds. The guy has yet to be able to do any wounds to me. Every Empire turn, I'm grinding 3d3 strength 6. I need him to roll a 2 on his ward save, and he won't do it. Yeah, that's gotta be. I think it's frustrating for both of us. We go to Empire turn 4. Let's see, demis who are at the bottom charge the flank of that skeleton unit. My steam tank, he's random movement, so he just pivots and aims towards the flank of the trolls and charges them that way. That's why I'm saying it's hard to redirect random movement people. Yeah, I'm still locked in combat on the right. There's that. So he reforms, so he's going to get a couple files attacking me now. But this is where his Doombull, I mean, the Doombulls are always good in combat, but this one being defensively built, I don't know, well, he's kind of flubbing his rolls, but he's just not able to do any wounds. So, after combat, this kind of broke my heart. So the demis this time, if you look at the bottom, they do okay against the skeletons. I'll be able to kill them on my next turn, on my opponent's turn, and then reform, which is always helpful. I lost 1 demigriff in the fight with the Doombull and the trolls, but with all the wounds that I was able to do, just the combat res, we broke them, and we couldn't catch them. It's a theme of this tournament for me. It's killing me. That's a lot of points, and I certainly don't need those guys to rally. If he rallies, if I can take my demigriffs and the steam tank in there again, I might be able to do okay. But I don't want to have to. Darn it, I wanted the points. And over here, yeah, these are the chariot dies. The steam tank's taken a couple wounds. I would love for the Vargeist to charge my guys. I'm just not worried about them. Warriors turn 5. His Vargeist fly up just to redirect my demis. His BSB charges out of the Warriors unit into my steam tank to try to get those points. I think that's a mistake because my demigryphs are going to win combat and can reform and they get a countercharge. And then, really, the worst of both worlds happened. His troll unit didn't rally, but then they rolled an 11. So now, if my demigryphs charge them, it's going to push them farther away. They're going to be very hard to get. And these guys should be rallying on an 8, so I don't want to take the chance that they're going to be at the table edge and then rally, because I really need those points. Alternatively, I can not charge the demis and use my steam tank to go get them, because they can't flee from that, and I just need it rolled average or so with my steam tank. But yeah, I was really upset about that. Either rally, stay right there and let me get you, or don't run too far so that when I charge you, I can catch you. Yeah, so there's that. I'm not too worried about that. The BSB killing my steam tank. Let's see. During the magic phase, at this point, we're really tight on time, and so we're not being clean about things. He raises a unit of zombies right in front of my demis. That's what I'm saying, the Lore of Undeath. It's a great defensive lore, but it's hurt. It's not giving my opponents any points. It's just keeping me from getting points, which I'm not complaining like it's rude or anything. It's like, have a strategy that gets you points. That's what the tournament's all about. Because stopping me from getting points, but it doesn't do any good. It's just like, ugh. Oh well, just need to stop going to this tournament. Let's see. He races another unit of skeletons down here. When my demis win, I just reform in a way that I can go straight past the skeletons. I can wheel and then hit the battle standard bearer, who's locked up with my steam tank. You go to Empire turn 5, and my steam tank still could have pivoted and gone after those trolls, and he misfires and can't generate steam points. The demis charge the BSB. My demis on the right charge the Vargeist. There's no points, but at least get them off the table. Yeah, so there's that. So I'm going to grind on his Sorcerer Lord. So it's been since turn 2. So 2, 3, 4. This will be my 4th turn of doing 3d3 grinding attacks. I just need him to roll a damn 2. There's that. And he rolled a 2. Thank you. Yeah, so now I'm confident I can kill the BSB. Vargeist easily die. BSB dies, so that was nice. And yeah, so we go to Warriors turn 6. He charges 1 unit into my steam tank just to tie it up. He charges the zombies into the rear of my demigryphs. I guess there's the tiniest of chances he could win that and I could break, but it's the tiniest of chances. Demis are going to rock those guys. And then it goes to my turn, and there's really no other way for me to get points. And so we call it right there. And plus, we were really tight on time. So that was actually a really fun game. And when I'm complaining about the Raising Dead thing, that's only because it's a Brawler Bash thing. Other than that, it's great moves, whatever. His trolls, I don't remember on turn 6 that they rallied or not, but they stayed on the table regardless. I think he rallied, so I didn't even get half points for him. That was really frustrating. I really enjoyed this game. My opponent, I mean, it was a good Warriors list. He had enough things I was worried about that it was never like, oh, I can easily kill everything on the table. Because like, how am I going to deal with that Sun Eater dude? How am I going to deal with his Chaos Lord? How am I going to deal with the trolls and the Doom Bowl? And then he still has a unit of Warriors, which are good. Yeah, it was fun. I think my opponent had a good time too. Certainly a game I didn't regret in tournament or away from a tournament. That was a lot of fun. I actually racked up a fair amount of points here with the different objectives and stuff, so I can't complain too much about that. Anyway, that's everyone once bitten here. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. As you know, YouTube has several functions you can use to interact with videos such as this. You can like the video, you can leave a comment, you can favorite the video. I want you to know that I appreciate it when you do things like that. It feels much more interactive than simply me talking to a screen. So if you're willing to do so, please like, comment, and favorite the videos. Subscribe to the channel if you want, and you certainly are welcome to share this video on your blog or other websites if you are so inclined. Again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.